What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Sober. Thank you for tuning in for another video. We're going to talk about Mythic Plus again and getting your KSM. As you can see, I am getting ready to go into a key. I believe it's a low one. I think it's just a 2. But that's kind of how it all starts, right? I've been trying to just do 10s and up on my Demon Hunter, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to do a lower one just so I don't have to focus as much. But what I want to talk about is kind of knowing your way through the dungeon, right? Having an idea of the pathing. We talked about knowing the affixes, knowing a little bit about the bosses, some of the mechanics, some of the trash pulls, and some little things that you can do to make the dungeon run a little bit smoother for you. So a lot of times, and that tank pulled it too early, so we got that little spawns over there, so it should make things a little interesting here. I am going to burn my cooldowns, which is what I recommend doing. Burn your cooldowns. Roll them on cooldown. Use them all. That's what you have them for. They're not going to do you any good just sitting there. So use them as they come up, like I said, unless you know there's a boss about to be there. Like if this were the pack right before the boss, I wouldn't be burning my cooldowns. I'd be saving them for the boss because it is tyrannical week. But right here it's safe to use them. We got that nest, so we have to go get rid of it. I'm going to go do that now because it seems like they didn't realize that we pulled the nest. And I'm not fell rushing because I'm afraid I'm going to hit something. But so that tank he pulled a little early, and that's what his Avenger shield ended up grabbing that. I guess we're going a different route. He may not know where he's going, which is fine. It's normal, especially in a 2. Oh, it's an 8, not a 2. But knowing a little bit about the path that you're going to take will help make things a little bit easier. Most groups will go the other way and pull the Fungal Mancers, but also being able to adapt in the key and doing what you need to do to make sure that you can do as much DPS as possible. I'm going to try and do a few more of these videos just kind of showing my go through of different dungeons and seeing how I do things. It is a journey getting that KSM 2500 rating this tier because you got 2 additional dungeons. But like I said, if you're new to Mythic Pluses, you'll definitely want to start on the lower ones and work your way up so you can gear, so you can learn the dungeon, so you can learn the abilities. Don't stand in front of that Plague Belch, and then he's going to spawn some ads where, if most tanks will just eat it. And these guys, depending on a week, you pull them all, keep them together, and just burn them down. Watch out for volcanic. Don't stand in the green, it's bad. Again, he's going to beckon slime. Those are the things that'll buff him up. Don't stand in front of the plague belch, the belch plague, whatever it is. Just tank should kite these away so he doesn't heal up, because when he absorbs those slimes, he heals up, he gets stronger. Alright, now, where are we going? It's an 8. So there's a path or a strat where you'll go down for if you have a Necrolord in the group and pull up the red slime, but on an 8 or lower keys it really doesn't make a huge difference. So he does a knockback. Slime wave, don't stand in front of it. It'll hurt. Your healer will hate you. He's going to summon some ads in a minute right here. There's a big one that has to be CC'd, and then the little ones you just burn down as you know, as the weeks go on and you have more gear. You don't even worry about them. See, when he eats them, he heals himself. That's why you got to kill him. Plague Stomp again. That's the knockback. Try and be ready for those. Get out of the way of the Plague Stomp, or of the frontal, whatever the hell it's called. Is the rogue pulling aggro, or... So he's going to summon more slimes. Now the tank should just be kiting him around. So when he's low enough, you can just go and stun the slimes. Or if a hunter has a tar trap, monk, ring of peace, druids can root. I think that's it. And we're not pulling those, which is weird. So this is a weird route. It's not how I normally run. But, alright, we're skipping these. We need percent. I'm not sure why we're skipping all of that stuff. So, you're learning with me. And we just pulled a lot of what we tried to skip, so and see all this stuff getting cast. That's where having markers comes in handy, because we're all, you know, mixing with each other and overlapping each other's cooldowns. You see that plague canister, unstable canister over there though? If you group everything up there, damage that down to it's about to explode, and then stun the mobs in the canister or at the canister, it'll explode on them, deal massive damage to them, and help DPS them down. But avoid the swirlies on the ground from this guy. Now he spawns these metamorphoses. They need to be run over. If they get off, it's ugly. And we pulled. This is why we're gonna have extra. We would have had extra percentage. They knew we were gonna pull extra stuff. Now, another thing to consider when talking about your cooldowns is you see mine just rolled back up, but this pull is just about done. So it's pointless for me to pop meta or any of my other cooldowns right now because I wouldn't get any value out of them. So when you're looking at using them, look to where you're going to get value from. Grab my demon soul so I can heal myself a little bit. And he pulled another big spine breaker. So again, that guy normally gets avoided. It's a good idea to get used to standing on the side of these things because in top, there's ones that look similar to it that do a one that goes to the side. These guys it's just in the front, but in top they do front and back. So standing to the side is important. So I always just get I'm in the habit of just standing here. Now avoid the swirlies. And done. This guy will die, and we will move on. Oh, nope, forgot about metamorphosis. Alright, my next favorite part of this dungeon, we have these little tentacles that spawn. Again, these plague borers can be brought over to the tentacles. Once they're DPS down, they will do a explosion. They should be on top of the tentacle, so the tentacle gets hit, but so he pulled the other one too. I think he pulled that back one. He did. Here I'm going to use the hunt because I want to kill this stupid thing quickly. Where is our tank? He must have died. Popping my defensives to try and stay alive. And good. I'm going to wait up here so I don't aggro any plague borers. I also forgot to repair, so, and why is my, I don't know where my mammoth mount is. And they pulled extra again. We got the plague rock. He does a pushback. That's why generally you don't pull plague rocks. They do pushbacks, low value, easy to kill, but now for Verlax Blightweaver. Kill him. He's going to do an explosive. You'll see it on the ground. See me, Hunter, and Paladin all went to kick that at the same time. Here it is, obliterating ooze. Get out of it. So on this next trash pull, he should pull this group there and this group and pull them back here. If you pull that group and stand back here, you can line of sight them, and they'll come further away to you. And these guys just need a silence, a kick, a stun, something to stop their casting, and you'll be able to pull them in. Try and get off as many stuns as you can, make your healer's life a little bit easier. But for that pack there, when you pull them, if you stand back here, you can line of sight them and get them all the way over here, so you don't have to worry about the Dr. Ickes jumping. See, if you don't line of sight him, he's just going to stand there and cast. And then someone's got to go into slime to kick him. It's messy. It's easier to line of sight. The other thing you could do is run up this hill, and it'll just range them to you. But figure out a way, you'll get them over. Those are my two things that I tend to do, is either pull up here or go behind here. Please tell me he's not planning on pulling this boss yet. He is not. Oh, we're gonna cleave. Okay, that's all right. We should be able to cleave it. He's gonna jump over to this one next, so his pull strat was not. So instead of pulling that way, you can go around behind from here and go around this way, around the back of the island, and pull them right over here. Avoid the frontal. Get the metas. Get my demon souls to heal myself, and now we're ready for the boss. Alright, so with Icarus, he is going to just randomly spawn some bombs that you need to DPS down. They have to die. And then he jumps platforms as well. I don't want to use my Fell Rush because I have a Burning Rush. And this is the explosion. It has to die. Otherwise it's a wipe. And nobody seems to be attacking it but me. So that's good. Avoid getting hit by that. That was close. Okay. Slime has to die. Avoid the arrows. Well, not arrows, but keyboard turning on that, but it's alright. And that's pretty much Icarus there. It's a little... He's going to throw another grenade, drop another explosive. Avoid the swirly. Do not stand under him when he's going to... Wherever he lands, it will kill you. then just burn down the rest of Icarus. Still avoiding. And we move on up the stairs. Now I'm curious to see how this guy's going to pull. So it should be straight through. It does look like we're a little low on percentage. We need 17% still. I don't know what he's waiting for. He must be a new tank. Now these tentacles will grab a player. I'm not sure if it's random or how it's decided, but they'll just grab somebody, and that's that. And they'll do a fair amount of damage to them. I'm going to hunt here just because this platform is a bit of a nightmare. I'm saving my meta because it seems like group boss damage is light, so I want to be able to, I want to make sure that I have at least my cooldowns to help us burn through the bosses. Let's see if somebody pulls the tentacle. Nope. Alright, so one of my favorite parts of the dungeon coming up. Here's these stupid little spiders that need to be incapacitated. Here, see him right there, that guy. So they're gonna cast stealthlings, or there it is. I missed it. I didn't get the cast off. No, we're gonna get another one. If you incap that, someone else could incap it and we wouldn't get the stealthlings, but nobody else is doing that, so I didn't have it. Are there more? Yeah, there's more. And those the stealthlings suck because if they'll all target one person and hit them, and they hit pretty hard. Yeah, they do that ambush. That's one way of handling it. Kill him. And that's that trash pull. Not a ton to worry about. Those spiders are the worst part. Now, with this boss, you want to make sure you have somebody in melee range with you. Otherwise, you'll get webbed. So always be in melee range with somebody. So find a buddy and stick with them. When you get this ambush, back out a little bit. So it's easy if you're a demon hunter because you can just fell rush right back in. But if you see somebody out there, jump out to him after the cast goes off. So now he's going to have these little spiders. You got to break out. The tank should be bringing them over to it. Oh, that's not good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the tank needs to, if you're a tank watching this, please go get all these so your DPS can stay and DPS the boss. We'll run with you, I promise you. We want to stay on the boss. So, but as you can see, I mean, you do have some time away from someone in melee to get, you know, before you're completely overwhelmed and locked down. You got to break him out. We're good on percent. Alright, and then the last little bit. If you're a Necrolord, there's some slimes up there that'll give you a buff you can kill. Or if you have a Necrolord in the group. These guys don't really do anything. Most times when I'm on more Warlock, I'll just throw a couple dots on them and keep running. Because they're low health. This room is dangerous because you've got spicy water here and in the middle of the boss. These guys are, they hit hard, but they're super slow. So just, if you get aggro on them, like you see I got aggro from 2 of them, just run away and kite them. So I'm just going to keep running over here. Again, saving my cooldowns. Now, Ichor will automatically go at a certain percent. There's 2 percentage breakpoints. See what I mean? These guys hurt. They hit pretty hard, so just be ready. And Ichor will just automatically he'll port to one of his little friends. All right, now this is fight, intermission, kill, boss. She's going to spawn tentacles around the room. well, in circles around where she's at, not necessarily around the room. Malignant growth. Over here there is going to be, so this little circle has to be soaked. Otherwise the group will wipe. Tank will die and group will wipe. So keep an eye out for that. Healer mechanic here, that she does an infectious rain that does some serious damage to everybody. As a demon hunter, I can fell rush across the spicy water. As anybody else, you cannot. You will die. So ad phase, she spawns some ads and the stupid little tentacles. Avoid them where they go down. Otherwise, again, you will die. Usually 2 sets of it. There's a couple different patterns it can be. See? Dead. Did not avoid. And that circle that you have to soak, the tank buster, always spawns where the malignant spawn is. And again, we dance. So now it's 2. Again, look for the opening. Avoid the ones that are lit up. And she spawns. Now for this phase, she is going to do both of them. She's going to spawn those goofy little tentacles, do her infectious rain, and you just got to dodge. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a tentacle. Oh, and don't forget the DPS while you're doing it. Lost the healer, and that's the key. Water is still spicy at the bottom, though. Did we get my longsword? Nope. That's weird. That is an upgrade, although I lose some stats on it. But that's alright. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll put up some more videos of some other dungeons, some walkthroughs on it. Let me know in the comments below what other kind of content you want to see.